You want to know what's hot? All the times people have dragged America's Got Talent to court. That's what's hot. Well, not really, but that's what we're going to talk about today. Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Samantha, and today for our What's Hot topic, we're going to talk about something a little bit different. It's all the times people have dragged America's Got Talent to court. Interesting, I know. But America's Got Talent is a huge production, and there's always so much going on behind the scenes that goes into making this show. There's constantly audiences coming and going, tons of contestants trying out to be on the show. We even have a rotating panel of judges, some coming, some going, and with that comes lawsuits and people taking AGT or the producers to court. There are 5 public cases that we know of people, former judges, contestants, dragging AGT to court, but it just makes you think that this is now season 15 of the show, and we've also had 2 seasons of The Champions. There's only 5 times that we could find in our research that is public knowledge that people have complained or filed and taken AGT to court. It just makes you think if maybe they're hiding other cases, maybe there are other contestants that have had issues that are not made public. But these are the 5 that we found that are public knowledge, so let's just get right into it. In 2017, a lawsuit was filed against Tyra Banks and Marathon Productions, which is basically the producers' production team behind AGT. It was filed by former contestants who remains nameless in the lawsuit. They just went by Jane and John Doe, and they also referenced their daughter, Mary Doe. In the lawsuit, they talk about how they were brought onto America's Got Talent, the parents were the act, and they performed a song that had a really sentimental meaning for their daughter Mary. Mary waited in the wings and watched her parents perform, and she was joined by Tyra Banks. And this is where everything gets a little fishy. This is where everything went down. The lawsuit explains that Mary was physically manipulated and verbally abused while waiting backstage next to Tyra. She also alleges that Tyra grabbed her shoulder and brushed her hair back, and she also said that the producers of the show tried to get her to feel embarrassed about her parents' performance, but that's actually the opposite of what she was feeling. She was actually really proud of them, and the song really resonated with her because it had such a deep meaning. The lawsuit also says that Tyra made a comment about how Mary was accidentally conceived. The lawsuit also went on to say that the audience and the judges were all making fun of the song that the parents were singing. Also, their attorney said Mary was traumatized and became deeply depressed. She becomes nervous and anxious when she hears the song and whenever she thinks about the televised airing or use of it online. Alright, so after doing all this research, I don't know who this couple is. So if any of you guys remember an act where parents were singing an original song about their daughter and their daughter was waiting in the wings, definitely let me know, because that is some A+ detective work and you may have cracked the case of Jane and John Doe. Jane asked Marathon Production to refrain from using the footage because of Mary's emotional distress. They also told her that they will still use the footage, but they will cut Mary out of it. So what happened? How did this get resolved? Well, a few days after the lawsuit was filed, AGT producers sent the Hollywood Reporter a statement saying that they were going to dismiss the lawsuit. They said that we take great care of all the acts that cross the AGT stage and their families. Tyra has been an incredible addition to AGT with her vibrant energy and maternal nurturing spirit, and we look forward to continuing to watch her positive influence on the show. I mean, Tyra didn't last very long on AGT. Did this have something to do with it? Possibly, we don't know. Maybe. Let us know down below. Do you think this is the thing that gave Tyra Banks the axe hosting AGT? Fans of America's Next Top Model might remember that Tyra was sued previously in 2014. It was a $4 million lawsuit against Tyra Banks, who hosted the show at the time. It was because she disqualified a contestant named Angeli Preston after she and the producers discovered that she worked as an escort in the past. Angeli said that this was just flat out wrong.
So it was a stupid decision that I made, and then it came back to bite me with them decrowning me. I'm being punished for it when realistically I only escorted for 3 weeks.
So it seems like Tyra has a history beefing with some of these contestants, and it is interesting because she also just got hired to host another show, Dancing with the Stars. But I mean, I hope that that is a positive experience for her, and I'm sure she'll be great doing that. In 2017, 79-year-old Maureen Allen sued NBC Universal and production company Fremantle Media. She was on the premises of AGT filming, but she was there for a different reason. Maureen, who was wheelchair bound, was looking for an entrance into the building. She realized that all of the handicap exits and entrances were blocked off because of the filming. In one swift movement, her wheelchair tipped over and left her on her side. She ended up breaking her hip and suffering blood clots. A day later, she had a stroke and was in a coma. She was on life support and she died, which prompted her family to sue AGT. They said it was a wrongful death suit and the handicap exits should not have been blocked off because of handicapped people needing to get out and have access to these buildings. That lawsuit, it is unclear how that was resolved, but the next case is pretty similar. In 2015, a woman tripped over wires at an America's Got Talent filming. She was a part of the audience at the time. You know, they bring people in for the audience and then they bring them out, and that's it. She tripped over the wire and she blamed the studio for being overcrowded and said that the combination of tons of people in the studio and equipment everywhere was just not a good one. She filed a personal injury suit and she was offered $5 million in compensation after this injury. AGT, well paid. See what I did there? $5 million, that's still less than any of the judges make on the show, but more than any of the winners make, because they only make $1 million. So, I mean, it's a real payday there. In the next case, Sharon Osbourne's former makeup artist, Jude Alcala, sued America's Got Talent. He did makeup for Sharon and a few other people on the show, and one day during filming, he fell through the stage. Just picture that. Could you imagine that? It was apparently a 6-foot drop, and there were gaping holes in the floor, and AGT failed to put up signs that said that there were holes in the floor, which prompted Jude to file a lawsuit. He said that he had permanent injuries, some of which required surgery. And throughout the whole thing, he said that Sharon Osbourne was sticking by his side and supporting him.
Sharon Osbourne is blasting NBC, calling the network a disgrace for ignoring a makeup artist who allegedly suffered serious injuries on the set of America's Got Talent.
He filed a suit against NBC as well as producers at Psycho Entertainment and Fremantle, because he said it was an accident and he just didn't realize there was holes in the ground. And finally, let's get to the more current news with Gabrielle Union filing a complaint against America's Got Talent. She filed a complaint with California's Department of Fair Employment and Housing against Simon Cowell, NBC Universal, Fremantle Productions, and Psycho. That's a lot. But she had some crazy allegations against AGT. She said that there was a toxic work culture and that she experienced racist behavior on set. Some of the judges' behavior was also pretty insensitive when it came to acts that were trying to portray other races. Gabrielle also said that the producers on the show talked to her about her hairstyles being too black, which that's crazy. I'm just gonna say flat out that that's crazy if they actually did say that to her, and that's completely unfair. NBC conducted an internal investigation and found no wrongdoing on part of America's Got Talent based on Gabrielle's allegations of racism. Her complaint also talks about Simon Cowell endangering her life because she's allergic to cigarette smoke and Simon is known to smoke on set. She said that Simon smoked right next to her and she brought it to the producer's attention multiple times that she cannot be near cigarette smoke and it makes her physically sick. Also in the complaint, it says, Union, a black woman was singled out due to her physical appearance and discriminated against by NBC due to the fact that her hair did not fit within the white image that NBC apparently sought to convey to the audience of AGT. This prompted NBC to put employees through diversity training, and they promised to take measures to make behind the scenes of America's Got Talent more inclusive of a workplace. Like we said, this is still ongoing, so we don't really know what the outcome is going to be with this. And Gabrielle and Simon might have their day in court. But you guys, let me know if any of this surprised you or if you guys knew about this because it's all public knowledge. Also, let me know if I missed anything because, like I said before, some of you guys are actually detectives and sometimes know more than I do about AGT. So definitely drop your comments down below. I want to hear them all and I want to talk to you guys. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's @SamanthaX373. And while you're on YouTube, you can hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Follow Talent Recap on all social medias and head over to talentrecap.com because we have all the scoop on AGT. I'm Samantha for Talent Recap, and now you know what's hot. Hey, what are you doing tonight? Well, I think you should hit that subscribe button down below and then we can talk.